let's start when you were commissioner of higher ed in Texas, and you pushed obviously for tying funding increasingly to degree programs that both aligned to workforce needs that were in high demand and produced measurable, real student outcomes, right? And what you called credentials of value. What was the vision then, and what's the elevator pitch you gave behind this?
Yeah, so pretty radical notion at the time that the state should condition its goals for educational attainment on the value of credentials in the economy. But that was actually one of the things that in my last job interview to be the commissioner that I pitched to Governor Abbott. And we had a great conversation about the potential of moving in this direction. And so Texas became the first state to say, we don't just want to make up credentials. We want to make sure that our credentials are credentials of value in our economy. So we spent some time starting to work on that, and then the pandemic hit. And all of a sudden it became a lot more urgent because we had all these people who were out of work and sometimes needed additional training just to get a similar job in the same industry. And so we leaned in, and the direction we set out was called Building a Talent Strong Texas. And so again, the idea is just look at what students have to invest, even account for opportunity costs, look at typical earnings in our state economy, and just ask the question, are students better off? And if they're not better off within some reasonable amount of time, you shouldn't count that credential. That was really important for us to lay groundwork for other work in finance in Texas, especially as you alluded to. We did some pretty radical work to reform our whole community college finance system. So now 95% of the state funding for community colleges in Texas is based on outcomes, especially production of credentials of value.